Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we are going to play through a few rounds of Iki, a game of Edo Artisans. Now, we've covered Iki on the channel before. That is the new version. This is the first edition of the game, which I just picked up, and I like the look of it, so I wanted to show it off. So if you want to see a full review of this, you can click the link in the video description. Otherwise, we're just going to jump in and play a few rounds and see what happens. So, to set up, you're going to put the board out in the middle of the table. You're going to put the pipes and the tobacco on their appropriate spaces from lowest number to highest number. And then you're going to pick the seasonal fish. So in summer or spring, it's the two green ones. And then you're going to put a player marker on 0, a player marker on the 0 of the fire track. And then based on the top to the bottom of the fire track, you're going to do initial turn order, which we've done there. Then each player is going to put their large meeple. They have a name. I'm going to just mess it up. So I'm going to say large meeple. They have a cool Japanese name, but you're going to put those in the middle. There's two different shapes, so pick the one you like. Then each player is going to get 4 of their little meeples, a sandal, a rice, and 8 mon. So the gray ones are 1 and the gold ones are 4. Okay. Then they're each going to randomly get dealt a starting card, which have this back, and you're going to put it in one of the 4 outside areas on the board, so each of the corners. And then you're going to put one of your little artisan people on the left, furthest left space of the track. Okay, so we did all that. Then you're going to shuffle the appropriate deck. So we have spring, summer, fall, and winter. You're going to shuffle summer. You're going to flip 4. So that's what these cards are here. They don't belong to anybody. They're just there for the sake of the camera. That's where they are. And then you're going to lay out the 6 building cards that are the same in every game, and they'll be ready to go, and you'll put the round marker on 0, and we're ready to play. Okay, so the way this game works is we are trying to collect rice. I think this is koban, but building material, lumber, to build buildings, open additional stalls to ultimately score the most points. All right, and we're going to be staffing those stalls, eventually retiring, which is awesome. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start, and I'll walk you through the game as we're playing. So first is yellow. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to pick how many spaces you want to move on the way of life track. In a 3-player game, we're not using the X space, so the X space is off limits. And we're also not building in these corner sections. In a 4-player game, these corner sections could also be built in, and they give an additional option for some harmony, which we'll get to. Okay, so yellow is first, and I think they want to... They'd really like to move 4 because they want to grab some awesome stuff. Okay, so they'll go 4. That's all they're doing right now. Then it's red. What does red want to do? I think they want to move 2. And then blue wants to do 3. Okay, now starting from lowest to highest, we're going to start doing action. So when it's your turn to do an action, you have an option. You're either going to start a new occupation by building one of these cards. So there's a cost up here. That's how many mon it is. There may be some fire, which gives you advancement on the fire track, which we'll get to. And then it's going to have some kind of thing down at the bottom that we'll go into when we use them. Okay. Or you can take 4 mon. And then you're going to move the number listed in this and take the action of the stall, if possible. Sometimes you can't. And one of the 2 businesses that are in that section of the board. All right. That's it. So red is first. They're going to either hire or take 4 and then move. I think they want to hire, so let's go ahead and get started hiring. Let's grab this one. They're going to hire this one. So they take this one, they're going to put it right here. You can put it anywhere they want, but they want to go here. That costs them 2 mon, so they spend 2 mon. They take one of their little artisans and put it right there. Okay, then they're going to move 2. 1, 2. Each of these big spaces here are a space, so they can have two adjacent card areas. So they go here, and at this space, they can spend 3 coins for 2 rice, which they will do. 3 coins for 2 rice. So they spent 3 coins, and they get 2 rice. All right. And that's the end of their turn. Oh, then they can use one of these buildings. You can only ever use one of the buildings here, and they're going to take a lumber. Now, if it was somebody else's building, like say this was blue, they would get to advance in their occupation experience, but since it's their own building, they don't get to do that. Okay, so That is red's turn. When they're done, they slide this back over, and now it's blue's turn. They're going to do the same thing. They can buy a card or take 4 mon, and then move. They're 3. So they want to... Where's blue? They're down here. Let's do... I think they want to do this one. No, they're actually going to take 4 mon. They're not going to build a card right now. Plenty of time for that. And they're going to move 3. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. But they actually want to move 4. So to do that, you're going to spend a sandal. You can spend a sandal token for each additional space you want to move. So they're going to move 1 more. Now, in this space, you can buy a pipe and or tobacco. You can only ever buy the top, so a maximum of 2 tokens. And what these are going to do, a couple things. So they're going to buy both of these, and I'll explain it to you. So they buy both of these. They have a pipe, which gives them a fire, which will bump them up on the fire track 1. And, well, they got to pay the 4 money first, so let's pay the 4 money. And they have a tobacco, which is worth 2 points. So you can see it on the back here. But if you have a pipe, all of your tobacco is worth additional points. Okay? So this is now, it's worth double the points. This is now worth 4 points. And that's their turn. So they're done. They pull this back. Now that really bums yellow out because that's what they were going to do. But that's okay. They can still do some stuff. So they want to... They're going to buy this one. So yellow's going to spend 1. They're going to go over here. So yellow spends 1. Put one of their little guys down. And then they're going to move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They can still do that. And they're going to go ahead and buy both of them. They have 7. So they'll spend 7 mon. And they'll take both of these. That's what they wanted to do. So that's what they're going to do. And they go up 1 on fire. And now all their tobacco is worth double points. Okay, then they're done. So this comes over. Now that's the end of month 1 in the summer season. So a couple things happen. We slide this over. Any of the cards that haven't been purchased, get a mon on them, up to a maximum of 2. And then you're going to flip 4 new cards. So I'm probably not going to be able to fit them all on here super well. So this is red. You can just, if you can't see red, that's fine. So we'll put the 4 cards out. And then we go through the next round in firefighting order. So it's yellow, blue, and red. Okay? So yellow is going to do the same thing. They're going to take a turn again. They don't have any money. So where do they want to go? They'd like to get some money. They can't get any money. So I think they're going to move 2. They want to move 2. And then it'll be blue. Blue has 2 mon, 8 mon. Ooh, they're rolling in the mon, which is awesome. Okay, sweet. So they want to move. Let's do, they want to move 3. So they're going to move 3. And then red has 3 mon. They really want some more mon. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll just go ahead and do 4. Okay, so there we go. So yellow's first. So they can decide if they want to buy a card or take 4 mon. They don't have any money, so they're going to take 4 mon. And then they get to move 2. So they'll move 1, 2. They're going to spend their sandals to move an additional 1. And they're going to buy a fish. They're going to spend 2 mon to get the fish. What you're trying to do with the fish is you want to get 1 of all 4 colors. If you can do that, you're going to get some extra points. You're going to get some awesome points. The more you get, they're in the book, but it's like 3, 6, 10, 15, I think, is the scoring if you can get all of them. So that's their turn. So they're done. Now it is blue. They can hire or take 4. They have 2 money. They're actually going to hire this guy. Oh, they have 8 money. So they're going to take this. That gives them a $1 discount, so they have to pay 2. So 2 mon. They'll take this green one, and they will put the green one here. And they'll put one of their little workers. And now they will move 3. 1, 2, 3, and they're going to buy the other fish. They really wanted the cheap fish, which was awesome. So they spend 4. Oh, one other thing that I missed. When yellow went here, they would have also gotten to use that, so they would have gotten 3 money. It's their own building, so they don't get to go up in value. But now blue is going to use it, so it will advance yellow 1. So blue's taking 3 money. Okay. That was blue. Now it's red's turn. They can hire a card. They have 3 money. Ooh, that brown one's tempting. That brown one is tempting. I think they're going to do this one. This one's free because it has $1 on it, a mon on it, and they're just going to put it here. They're going to go all in this section of the market, and then they're going to move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are going to spend 1 coin for another rice. So they have 4 rice. And then they can do this, which gives them another rice. It's 5 rice. All right, so they are solid on rice. All right, done. Nobody built any buildings that have fire. Nope, okay. So that is that round. Each of these will get a mon. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we flip 4 more. Again, we don't have a ton of room, so I do apologize for that. But we'll slide these back. Cards take up a lot of room. Okay, so there we go. There's the last cards for this season. Okay, then we go again. So yellow is still head of the firefighting. So I think they want to do, how much money do they have? They have $5. Yeah, they're gonna move. They'll move 2 because I want to show you something else since we're wrapping up the season. All right, and then blue. Where's blue? They want to. They have 5 money. They'd really like to get some more firepower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to move 4. And then red has 2 money. They're just going to move 1. Okay, so that, now we're ready to go. So red is going to either hire or take 4 money. They're going to take 4 money. They're going to move 1, but they really want to move 2, so they're going to spend their sandal. And they'll move 1, 2. They're going to spend $6, 6 mon, for a koban, or I think that's what it's called, but it's a building material. You need these to build buildings. Let me show you these. The buildings function just like these stalls, but they cost wood and or some kind of koban, and they're worth points. And you take one of your people and you put it on there. They can still get burned up in the fire, which we'll talk about, but they're going to help you score extra points at the end of the game. So that's what they do. But you need that to build almost all of them. So keep that in mind. So they moved, and then they can use this building. They can spend 2 money to get 4 points. They cannot do that, so they're not going to do it. All right, now it's yellow. Yellow, they want to build a building. How much money do they have? 5 money. I think they do want to build a building. Let's do this one. So they're going to build this building right here. Cost them 1. It had a mon on it. So then they will take 1 of their yellow workers. If you don't have any workers, you can't build a building. You only have 4, so you're limited to that. And then they're going to move 2, so they will go 1, 2. Now, they cross this middle threshold here. There's a little icon here. When you do that, all of your occupations go up in experience. So all the yellow ones will go up, up, up. Okay? And now they get to use this stall. So they can spend 2 money to get 2 sandals, which they don't really want, but they'll do it anyway. So 2 money for 2 sandals. It's flexibility and movement. And then they can use this building. They can get a sandal and a coin, which they will do. So they basically got most of their money back for that. And that's their turn. Now it's blue's turn. And blue wants to hire this. So they need 5 money, because this one has 1 on it. And this comes with a built-in fire fighting knowledge. So blue's going up 1. And then They'll put one of their little people. And now they're going to move 4. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. They cross the threshold, so all of their blue guys go up 1. And they're at the firefighting business, so they get 1 firefighting. And they're going to use their own business and take a rice, which does not boost them up because it's their own business. So they're done. All right, so that is the end of that. Now let's talk about end of the season. A couple things different happen here. All the cards that are left over from spring go away, and we will be shifting into summer. If there are any spring fish left, they also go away. And then we'll start using these summer cards. We'll have these summer fish, and we'll get all that ready. Then what's going to happen is we are going to get income from our workers and any workers that are retired. Once this meets the end of the threshold, the worker comes down in front of us, and it becomes basically permanent production at the highest level. Or if there are these purple ones with the gray, it gives you some kind of ongoing benefit, okay? So the first thing we want to do is get our income. So red gets 1 coin, 1 sandal, and 1 coin, okay? And blue gets 3 coins. Yellow gets nothing for these 2 because gray doesn't produce, but they get 1 rice. And blue gets a coin and 2 points. First points of the game. And 2 coins. All right, now, after all that's done, we need to pay our workers, and they get paid in rice. So we'll start with red. Let me make sure that's the right order. It might be something else first. Hang on. It may be harmony first. Yes. So before we do that, we're going to look at a harmony bonus, and that's where the colors of the stalls matter. So let's start over here. Any card that's the same color, meaning the border of the color, you're going to get that many points times the number of workers you have associated with those buildings. So in this case, it's 3 yellows times 3 red. So red gets 9 points up here because they have a fantastic harmony bonus. Over here, yellow, the purple is the harmony bonus. So there's 2 times 2 yellow, so yellow gets 4. Down here, there's nothing. There's only 1 over there. That has to be more than 1 card, so that's the end of the harmony. Now we're going to have to pay our workers. 1 rice per worker you have on the board. So red has to pay 3. They have 4 rice, so they're good. Yellow has to pay 3. They only have 2. So when you can't pay, you're going to decide which one of these you want to get rid of, and I think they're going to get rid of this one. It's just out of the game, and your worker comes back. And then blue, they only have 2 as well, so they're going to get rid of this one. They paid for 2, but they couldn't pay for that one. Okay. And that is how you clean up at the end of the season. Then you go over there and you're ready to keep going doing what we've done. Now, the only additional thing I haven't shown you is on month 5, 8, and 11, there's a little fire banner. What happens there is that's where these tokens come into play. So let's just say we're at the end of this round. We're going to flip one of these. This is the stall that's going to catch on fire. So that's this one. What happens is it's going to have a value starting at the banner that it's in. So the month 5, it's worth 5. So it's going to hit this stall for 5. If there was a card there, your firefighting needs to be at 5 or higher to put it out. If it's not, the card gets burned up, your meeple comes back. Then it goes over here to 4. So this blue one will be at 4. They're at 3. It does not work, so it gets burned up. If there's no other stalls, it just keeps going all the way down to the end and it's extinguished. That's going to happen 3 times throughout the game. Firefighting track is important to stave that off. Some of the cards will also let you have a weaker ability as it keeps going. So, and as the fire progresses, it's going to go down 1. So if it starts at 5, it'd be 5, 4, 3, then 2. So inside is more valuable. That's why this one in a 4-player game costs 2. So that, and at the end of the game, you're going to score your points for your pipes, your tobacco, your fish sets, and retired workers of all 5 colors. So there's green, yellow, red, purple, and one other color. There's 5 colors. If you have a retired worker of all those colors, you're going to score a pile of points. Otherwise, you're going to get points per card you have. Like, it's the, you know, if I have 1, it could be worth 3, then 6. I don't know. It's in the book. So you want to have retired workers of all the colors. You want to have all the sets of fish because they're worth a bunch of points. And pipe and tobacco. Tobacco is worth double. And after all that is done, whoever has the most points is the winner. And if you have any buildings on the board, you'd add up those points as well. So that is how you play Iki, the game of Edo Artisans. And as always, if you want to check out the review, click the link in the video description. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'm Jason, and as always, keep gaming.